Welcome back, Disgaea fans. I'm going to show you today how to create a person and explain a little bit about how you do that, why, and how to transfer skills. So we're in the Dark Assembly here. You'll notice it shows mana. Mana is important for passing builds and also for creating people. And remember, we get mana that's equivalent to the levels of the characters we defeat. Later on, that mana level will skyrocket, but for now, we're struggling a little bit. Someone's only killed one person. So let's go ahead and go into Rozalin because we are going to need to teach her how to learn some magics. She doesn't learn any magical skill on her own. So why do we care? Well, she's got really decent intelligence growth. So first we're going to create a character that uses magic, and this is important. We already have a person that can use magic, but we specifically need someone who is a student, who was created by the teacher, in this case Rozalin. Student-teacher relationship here. And we can already see we can create a couple of different classes, but we've got some mages and witches here. Now, these mages, as opposed to these skulls, are a little different. Skulls gain magic skills a little quicker. Mages use less special points when they attack. So we're going to go ahead and create a mage, just because we don't have one yet. We've got a skull. And it's worth noting that they're the only class that starts with 3 tiers, because their tiers are handled a little differently. Let me explain what I mean. As we level up, we're going to unlock new tiers and new classes as well. But with this class, we start off with 3 because each one is favored in an element, and then we'll unlock the 4th, the 5th, and the 6th. It is that simple. So we've got a fire mage, so we want either an earth mage or an ice mage. Let's go ahead and create an earth mage. Now, right here, we can spend mana to get ourselves some more ability bonus. Now, if we want to create someone with an ability bonus of 8 or 10, not only do we need a lot of mana, we've got to get approval, and we're not going to get that at this point in the game, so we are going to focus on good for nothing or incompetent. Now, incompetent gives us just 1 boost, which isn't great, but we are going to be reincarnating, so I'm not terribly worried about that at this point in the game. Good for nothing is literally that. There's no reason you should ever create a character that's good for nothing. Just go kill something or some things until you get the 9 extra mana. That loss of 5 ability points will make your character useless. So I've gone ahead and chose incompetent, which, isn't great, but we'll make it work. And we'll go ahead and just choose a random name, I suppose. I don't really like any of these random names, so we're going to try again. That's a clever name that's never been done before. Now, we're doing a mage, so we're going to put that 1 point in intelligence. We could put it in anything, really. And this is going to directly affect how we level. Now, from here, we go to aptitudes, and we notice that our intelligence is going to go up at 110%, which is pretty decent. Also, spell points are going to go up at 110%. So we're going to see that growth gradually increase, whereas if we were putting points into, say, hit points, we'd get much less of a payoff. So we'll go ahead and accept that. That's good for us. Yay, Windy has been created. But now Rosalin's only got 3 mana. So we're going to go back to Beginner's Field, which used to be the tutorial, and now it's this map. And you'll notice when you pull out Rozalin, she has the ability to use a gun. Hooray for her. It does some damage, but keep in mind these are also pretty low level. The issue we have with guns is that they use the hit and speed in order to see how much damage they do. And you'll notice her speed aptitude is only at 90%, even though her hit aptitude is at 120. Now, that means that no matter how much we put into hit, it's always going to be gimped by that speed, and if we put something into that speed, it's going to be gimped somewhat. Her intelligence is also a little above average, but she doesn't learn any magic on her own. That's okay. I forgot to equip our mage, so she's not going to have a decent range with her abilities, but we'll make it work. So she's going to go ahead and cast Wind. And when we go in here on top of Tri-Burst, which is a gun skill, we've got Wind. This is because she's standing right next to her student. However, it's at level 0, which means you can't really use it too far. But it did gain some experience. When this skill reaches level 1, she will be able to use it without standing next to her student. This is important. Notice it's no longer there because she's not standing next to her student. This is in part because I am absolutely god-awful at this game and I can't believe I just let that unit die, although if I'd actually equipped them at all, it wouldn't have been an issue. Go me, I guess. Go me. The Prinny doesn't have any special abilities yet. They'll get their first one at, I believe, level 5.
Prinny, dude!
Nature is that whenever she's standing next to Adele, she starts with a 0% chance of doing a team attack with him, but as the game progresses, that will eventually reach level 99. So if you want to get an extra hit in, sometimes you can just have her stand right next to Adele. Kind of a neat little trick that a lot of people overlook. It's going to cost us 48 hell in order to fix the damage I've done there. At this rate, I'm never going to get ahead. Silly me. So, basically, you go to the Dark Assembly, pick the person you want to create the character and whose mana you'll use, choose the character you want to select, choose their level that you're going to create them at, if they're going to be incompetent or what have you. Spend any skill points that you've gotten, name them, and have a grand old time. Also equip them. It's important to equip them. Oh, how it's important to equip them. So what I'll do in my spare time is I'll go ahead and level up some of these characters. Mostly because I'd like to have a chance of a wand dropping, and I'm too cheap to just go buy one. And we'll go ahead and get Rozalin to the point where she can use at least one spell. And then we'll go ahead and stop her from using guns. At this point in the game, guns are okay, but late game it's going to be an issue. And it's kind of tricky because their special abilities are based off of hit and not intelligence, but we're thrown off so much by anything that a gun would normally do because of that speed decrease that this is the choice I feel is best. You may disagree, and that's one of the great things about this game. No matter what you want to do, there's a way to make it work. So thanks for watching. I will do some leveling in the background, and when we come back, we will see what happens when we actually give Axel the proper thrashing he deserves.